What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video of Shed Hunting 2023. My name is Emmett Enyart. This is my channel, Extreme Element Outdoors. And on this channel, what we do is we deer hunt, we turkey hunt, and we shed hunt. We love all three of those, but we do it all on a working class schedule. So if that's something that you like to do, well, I highly recommend that you stay tuned for some of our other videos. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell so you can be notified when we drop more videos. In this video, we're shed hunting. This is the giveaway shed for this week. Basically, it's gonna be at some point in the video. It'll be at the background of the video. And the first person who sees it and comments a time that it is in the video, I'll pin that comment at the top of the comment section, and that'll be the winner. The winner will win this shed and a couple shed tags to go with it. If you don't know what shed tags are, I highly recommend you go to our website, check them out, get yourself some. I put the link in the description below. But enough from me, let's get into this video. Alright guys, here we go. Today is Friday, March 24th. And today I'm actually shed hunting a new farm that I've never shed hunted. I just got permission this year. It looks like it's going to be pretty good. Majority of it's cow pasture, but he's got a couple areas here that's not cow pasture where he's got like alfalfa and stuff to feed the cattle. So like a nice south facing slope here that runs up to an alfalfa field. Looks like it should be pretty good. It looks like there's some volunteer corn coming back up, which makes it a pain in the ass because if there's an antler out here, it kind of can be difficult. But there was one little stalk out there that I was like, that doesn't look like a stalk. It's got to be just a little bit different in color. And I pulled up the binos, and it's an antler, and it looks like a big one. So let's go, because that's awesome. Because I was worried that, you know, with what we've already walked, I was thinking, man, somebody else already had to have hit this. But clearly not. Yes, sir. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Here's the first one today. That one's been down a while. Definitely has been down a while. But we saved a tractor tire. I mean, the farmer would have had been really not paying attention to hit that one, but it's a shed. We found it in the middle of this volunteer corn, which kind of makes it difficult, but I'm excited with that because that means that there should be a couple more around. I'm walking a piece of timber, but I was walking up through and I could see, you know, time's up. Definitely this year's is just probably dropped early. Yeah, looks like it's starting to crack right there. I could see where that was last year's, which is even a better sign because the longer that it's laid there means the longer the time that somebody hasn't came out and looked real hard. It's good news for us. Pastures can sometimes seem monotonous and like a waste of time because you'll walk a lot and you won't find very much, but it is so worth it because there's so many times I come back into a pasture years later and find an old one that was like, if I would have just walked that, I would have found it, obviously. So I just found one here. This one looks like it's from this year and it looks like it's a good one. So that's the third shed of the day. Let's go. Look at that. That is great. Huh. He must have had like a second main beam here or something that broke off. And that one is definitely this year's. Yeah. Huh. Pretty neat one right there. If I had to guess, I would say that's not a very old deer. Would definitely be one to see this year. So, good deal. Hopefully we can keep finding some more. Best bedding area that I've seen all day. I would be extreme. There goes, look at all these deer jumping up right here. Look at all of them. Wow. There has to be a shed in here. It's been a while since we found a shed. This definitely isn't the best spot on the farm that I can shed hunt, but I can tell that this neighbor's got a good bedding area. So I'm walking around down this pasture right here, and I come up on an old shed right here. Probably doing it, it's like from a couple of years ago. Jumped the fence and gives me another one to add for this year. So That one's definitely not last year's. That one's probably from years ago. We're on the second farm today. This is the farm that we've actually hit earlier in the year, but we wanted to come back, but we just got here and I can already see the first one. We're in an area that actually we didn't even walk the first time. There we go. How about that? Just a little guy. Definitely this year. Hopefully we can find a few more. It's another little guy. This one definitely dropped since the last time we were here because it's just out here in the clover plot. I initially thought it might be the other side of the one we just found, but I think they're both right sides, so.
Good job.
Let's go. I can tell. Yeah. That's what happens when you find sheds this time of year.
Yuck.
Yeah. Squirrels. Squirrels have definitely taken it to this shed. You can even see that the wax ring's still there. But they have chewed that up to nothing. And actually, I found the other side probably 300 yards from here as the crow flies earlier in the year on a field edge. She said she's got one right here on this field edge, and yes ma'am, there it is.
Look at that.
That's an old one. Huh. But we have gotten to a spot now that just a small spot left here before we are going to leave, and I can see a match set down here. So let's go. It's off a young buck. I know exactly what deer this is. Yes. He's not even chewed that bad. How late it is. Look at that.
Nice.
He must have been coming right here. It came down off that edge and it just jarred his antlers, but really nice young buck right here. Yes. Split brow tine. Kicker off his G2, and he's got a split brow tine on his other side. He's young. There's a lot of potential to this deer. And I think that we actually filmed him back during the rut. That is awesome. Because the funny thing is, this is one of the bucks when I was talking about it earlier on this farm. I said that there was a couple bucks I knew that were holding later. This is one of them. Another match set. We seriously just found that match set off that young 8. Seriously, like 100 yards over. We just came up over this top here, and I was actually walking down the top of this ridge right here, and I was looking at what trees to hinge cut because there's some nice oaks here. And I was, well, not hinge cut, but I was looking at some trees to get rid of because there's some nice oaks here that will be good for the future. And anyway, I was coming down, and I can't believe it. There's a shed right there. It caught my eye, so I pulled up the binos, and there's a second one right there with it. So it's got to be a match set. But that's 4 antlers within 100 yards. 2 match sets.
Nice.
Look at that. Let's go. Wow. Yes. That's an older deer. That's one that definitely, I wouldn't say he was number 1 on the hit list, but he's one that I wouldn't be mad if he went and found a different home, but I'm glad we got his sheds. That's really cool. 2 match sets within that close together. We haven't found a shed yet, but I did see a dead buck up here. It's not too far right now. Pretty well cleaned off, but not a bad buck. Hate to find them like that, but that's pretty clean. So I don't run cameras here. I don't have any history with these deer, but that's one you don't want to find dead. And I'm willing to bet this is pretty early off in the year because he's pretty dang well cleaned off. His whole body is. So, oh well. Hopefully we can find a couple sheds now.
Just walking on this path, and it's the first one I found today. Let's go. Came past second shed of the day.
It's another one from last year.
You think?
Yeah, that's last year. Pretty cool right here. I was just walking over to, on my way kind of back to the truck, just gonna go down over this hump, and actually just came up on this little guy right here. Actually almost stepped on him. By the color, that looks like this year's for sure. It is. Very nice. Another one. That's really good. Is it a monster?
You found one.
Where's it at? Oh. Well, there you go. That's a good shed. You know what? That's last year's. But it's a good shed.
Yeah. Well, we found another one just laying in the field. There's two of them right next to each other. Wow. Right here.
You guys get in there. Houston, you missed it. Guys, this is great. This is absolutely great. I would show you the track I'm on, but I don't really care to let everybody know where I'm walking right now. So just to summarize it, I actually just walked down around this bank here, went down along that field edge, came back up through this timber. I just saw this one. That's from this year. That's just how, you know, how funny they can be sometimes. You know, I just walked down that, and actually last week I think I walked right here. But there's no way. I mean, there is a way. If you're walking this right here, you could see it if you like have your eyes right there, but who's gonna have their eyes right there? I mean, you're gonna be normally looking up here. So that's exactly how I've missed that now twice. I missed it because I came from over here and I didn't look back, and I missed it because I came right here and didn't look back. But I'm super lucky that I found it now and not later, you know? So right there. And that one might be a match to like the one Emmy had or something. But all right, today's April 1st, April Fool's Day, and I hope Daniel here isn't playing a joke on me, because we're just walking a really good spot in a farm that I come back and shed hunt every year, and he's got the first one, but we're in an area that I just was saying to him, we walk it every year. It's just got these great cedars, great native grasses, but just don't seem to find them, and it's just a sheddy area. But here we go, we got the first one. Perfect.
On the board.
We're on the board, that's right. Good stuff, my man.
Yep. That goes back there a long ways.
Crazy, man.
I wish I had an actual flashlight.
We just came up on this one right here, and then keep coming along, keep coming along, keep coming along. And then right there's the other one, right there. That's got to be a set. Yeah, right, left. So that's a good deal. Good deal. That makes me feel a lot better about this. Even though it's not a monster, you know, it makes me feel like we're getting to the spot that should be pretty good. These are pretty fresh though. Just like the one Daniel found. They're all pretty fresh. So they might not have been dropped that long ago. Let's hope we can find a couple more though. All right, we've been on the second farm for almost like an hour now, and Daniel called, said he found one. I'm looking for him, but as I'm going to look for him, I look over and I see what this has got to be one. If it's not, I'm gonna be pretty ticked off, because that sure does look like an antler to me. Yes, it is an antler. Good. Nice. Huh. Right there. What it is this like farm is like, it looks like it's a big pasture, but it's not pastured too hard. And so there's like cattle pads and cow pies everywhere, but they're not like, it's not like ran too hard, so there's a little bit of undergrowth, and it's got this huge south facing slope that seems really good. Like if they let this grow up, oh my gosh. But I'm willing to bet that the reason that a lot of deer aren't here is because of the food source. There's not really a great food source that's around. All the row crop fields right here that are immediately close by are chisel plowed. And that's probably what's contributing to the lack of sheds. Well, Daniel found his. I finally caught up with him and he found one. That's
It's been here a while.
yeah, it has been, hasn't it? Huh. That's interesting. Not a monster, but hey, it's another one to the count. So we're on the 5th farm today, and this farm looks better than all the other ones that we've hit so far today. Just some really nice pockets of cedars and thermal cover, and it's in an area that like there's not much else cover on any of the surrounding properties. So you would think that in the winter these deer would just hunker down on this farm, you know, all the deer that have made it through. I'm gonna be a little surprised if we don't walk away with the shed. But I did just come up on this little guy on the road. Look at that.
Oh, jeez.
Looks like somebody might even ran him over because he's kind of pressed down in there. Huh. That's a cool little one. What's going on, guys? Today is Sunday, April 2nd, 2023. We're gonna hit 2 farms today. On the first one now. Been at it about, I don't know, an hour. Haven't came across anything yet. It's a farm that is pretty heavily pressured, but it's always worth hitting. It's got some timber on it, and it's got pasture that basically surrounds it. But it's totally worth hitting because based on the right year, you know, deer can hunker down in here. So we'll see what happens. All right, just came up with the first one today. Came up over this bank here. It's actually a great spot because this bank, you can see that the sunlight opens up, and then there's some cedars right back there that doesn't get as much sunlight. And it came up over the top here, and I see not only one. Nope, that's not that looked like an antler right there, but I thought maybe it was this match. There we go. Oh man, I was almost real excited there. That's a nice one right there. Here in the open timber. It's a good one. Kind of a cool G2 on him. And it's not chewed up too bad, which is actually really surprising for me. All right, here we go. Second one of the day here. Just came down along this bank here and noticed these 2 really nice paths that were right here, and you could see that, you know, there's an antler right here on this one path. It's not a big one, but you can tell these deer use it quite a bit. Another one to the count. Hopefully we can find a few more. So I was just coming down this waterway, and you know, waterways can be really good, but boom, got a nice 5 point here. He's been there a while, just getting sun bleached. Let's go. That's definitely from this year. Good stuff. Good spot to drop it so he doesn't get chewed. So we're on the second farm now. I've got a partner, Emmy joined up with me. Really nice day out actually. Sun came out and had to shed some layers. Like the second time this year I've been in short sleeves shed hunting. But anyways, this farm's a little bit different because it's a farm I just got permission to shed hunt this year, but it's kind of just a section of timber with a couple little field edges. There's like basically, I wouldn't say city deer, but there's a couple houses in the area. And so basically these deer don't get hunted too much. And anyways, I got permission from the landowner this year, and we just found the first shed right up here. So that's last year's. It's a nice buck. Huh. That'd be a good one to see or to find his sheds off of this year. That's a good sign, because that means nobody else is shed hunting it, so good deal. Well, I was actually just crossing down from this creek right down here, coming down, walking up this path right there. I really wasn't looking for a shed, but I happened to look over as I was coming down, and yeah, can't miss this one. I've already took a picture of it, but that's one of the coolest ways I've ever seen a shed laying, so good deal. I won't even be able to tell you if that's from this. No, it's definitely from last year. You can see it's like cracking, so it's been there for a while. Emmy's up over the hill over there, but I just came up this path right here. I got the GoPro with me, and I just came up on one right here. This one's got to be this year's. It is. Not chewed. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, damn, multiple rows. We found quite a few like you've seen, but I just came up on one that looks really nice. And I think this actually might be the same buck that we found a shed off of earlier. I think that this shed right here is off of this buck. Come here. Yes, it absolutely has to be. Look at this. That is so cool. Yes, that has to be off that buck. There's no way it's not.
Cool.
Look at, see how the end of his main beam is right here?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that is so cool, because when I found this one earlier today, I just said to you, you know, wouldn't it be awesome to find that shed from this year? I just said that because, I mean, it was just small talk. I didn't really think there was any reasonable chance that we would. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 points. I can't believe he's not chewed more, but he does look pretty fresh. So that's interesting. Huh. Man, that is a really good antler. What do you think about that?
That's cool.
We've got a little bit left here. Hopefully we can find his other side. I feel like we've covered this farm thoroughly. We've probably only got like 30 minutes and maybe an hour left of walking. But that's the fourth or fifth shed that we found today. But, well, let me found this one.
Just a little guy.
All right, we're back. This was all we found on the second farm today. But I shouldn't say that was all we found. I mean, it was a really good day. A lot better than expected. That is so cool that we were able to find these two. But yeah, that's the last shed that I find in 2023. I'm not going to complain about that. I just can't believe he's not chewed for this late. Seems like most of the deer of this caliber drop early. It seems like more times than not. Not every time, but okay. We'll see what else we got in store. All right, well, today is Sunday, April 8th, and we were back for family Easter. And while the kids are doing an Easter egg hunt, well, there's a little bit of timber here that we can shed hunt. And I was like, well, why not? We found a decent one back here last year when we were turkey hunting. And there's a road here, just a little bit, basically a little creek here that just runs, and the farmers don't farm it, but it's not that wide, and then it gets down here and it makes a T. But anyways, just came down along this path, and there's a shed. So, boom. All right, that's going to conclude this video. Not only this video, but shed season 2023 for whitetail at least. You can see here we found quite a few. I think if I've done the math right, I think we got 187 or 188. So really good year. Obviously, I found the hammerhead. That was one of the best ones this year, if not the best, but a lot of really good finds. And our goal was 150, so to hit 187 was just fantastic. And I really appreciate you guys sticking around for the whole year. If you guys do enjoy these videos, you know, obviously we're gonna come out with more next year and whatnot, but we also are gonna be releasing like turkey hunting videos and deer hunting videos, so I highly recommend that you stay tuned. So to do that, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified when we drop more videos. And one thing you'll notice, I'm sure if you haven't already heard me enough throughout the year, is all our sheds got shed tags on them. You go to our website and get some. I put the link to our website in the description below. Once again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. It's a great year, and maybe next year we'll make the goal of 200.